Hi there. I'm trying something new here. Sorry about that. I'm got a different, like I said, I'm in IT, so I got all sorts of cameras around here that I didn't even know about. Today, I'd like to talk about mental health. Just because when all this stuff started with my cancer and everything, like I said, I don't think this was ever about the physical part of the cancer. I think it was more about making me a better person. And I just wanted to real quick make a video because I've been doing some research about I've always known that I'm different. And I've always thought that I thought differently than other people, but I never knew where to go or anything, or even that I should look to see if it was true or not. And I've been doing research, and apparently I don't even consider myself a musician, but I think I have a musician's mind, which is there really are people out there. Most people use one side of their brain or the other side of their brain. It's just how things work. And you can see this everywhere in the world because people are like, oh, emo people and blah blah blah, and then they're like, oh my god, cold and illogical and but that's exactly correct. Is that there are people that are very logical. There are people that are very emotional, um, because that's the side of their brain that is working with them, and it's either your left side or your right side. I don't remember which is which, but one is creative and one is logical. What happens in some people, and it's music creative people, so artists, musicians, writers, anybody like that, this happens in their brain. They use both sides. So what happens is they're always fighting each other, like seriously fighting each other, because there's one side that wants to be logical and clinical and just this is facts, nothing else, black and white. There is just that, and then there's this other side that's fighting, going, no, 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 oh hell no, there's way more than that out there. And it's I never knew that this was, well, for one, it's amazing because you get to see things that other people can't. Um, and it's also horrible because you get to see things other people can't. And it's like I've always known that when I used to work in restaurants, one of the things that used to irritate the hell out of me, we had this slicer downstairs that I would you send people down there to do the prep work, to do the vegetable cutting and all that, and then go down to check to make sure that they cleaned everything. And it's like, how can you not? There was even a little arm to raise the slicer up so you didn't have to lift it up while you were cleaning under it. And I would go and look underneath and I'd be like, man, there are two sides to everything. Why can't you see underneath it, clean underneath the damn slicer? But so I've always known that there are more than one sides to the thing, but I didn't know how much it was affecting me. And so these are things I really have to keep researching, but it's not me. It really is the way things are wired in here. And all these things they come together with all this stuff. Wired. I'm talking about being wired and the connections and gee, I don't know, what have I been doing with this stuff and and I think I personally I this for me this is the journey is getting in tune, like the video yesterday, getting in tune and wavelengths and just all of it. The electronics, electricity flows in waves, music flows in waves, life flows in waves, the ocean flows in waves. These things are all, stick with me. This all might come together one day, but right now I'm just kind of spewing things out that, yeah, like I said, this is totally unscripted, but please, if anybody ever says something to you about being different, about being weird, don't run from it. I've been doing that my whole life. And guess what? I am weird. I'm totally weird. People who know me and love me will tell you that I'm completely and utterly weird. And that's kind of what they like about me. But, I've been running from it my whole life. I think it's time to embrace it instead and find out more. And well, there's going to be another video about mainstream medical, but this all ties in with that because in my journey, they're fixing the physical part of it, but everybody's ignoring the mental part of it. And for me, I think I've been having a little bit harder time with it just because I do use both sides of my brain, and the emotional part of me totally wants to come out and totally wants to, well, now it wants to, yell and scream and celebrate and be like, oh my God, I beat this stuff. And now how do I move forward? And yeah. But the logical part of me is, dude, chill out. They haven't proven this yet. They still got to take more pictures. They got to get up there with their camera and all that other good stuff. So they got to get up there and see what's happening to make sure that it is just scar tissue. And right now, I can see both sides of it, but if I go on that fence there, one side or the other, it's a slippery slope, and it's hard, and it's hard to explain to somebody who doesn't think like that. And this, I'm sorry, isn't for you. This is for the people who do think like that. Don't ever give up, man, and don't ever stop thinking like that, because there are so many wonderful things you can see and so many wonderful things that are out there. And yeah, the flip side of it also is you see the crap and the just horrible, terrible things that are out there too, but there are so many good things too. So just don't try to keep the crap out and just see the good things. And I'm gonna keep researching this stuff and keep trying to find out more. But I think this is just to say that you're not alone, man. Nobody's alone. And I kind of thought I was. And I think the segment of weirdness that I have is just such a small percentage of the population. We're just not out there yet. And maybe that's why this is happening to me. Maybe I'm supposed to be the voice for people. I can't play the guitar. I don't know how to fix them real good yet, but I do have a big mouth. I am from New Jersey, and if I see your problem, I will try and fix it. And this is a problem. The medical industry in this country has got to realize that there is not only the physical part that you got to fix, but the mental part that goes along with it, man. And there are, I'm sad to say, different levels of, sad to say is not, it's not, that's a bad term, because it's not sad. It's just, we're different. We're all different. I just have a little bit more to work on than some people do. And believe me, I wish I didn't have as much as I do sometimes, because it's hard, man. It is hard. And I wish sometimes that I had a mental disability, so I didn't know, so I wasn't aware. So I could be like, you ever read the book Flowers for Algernon? It's kind of like that, man. It's like, if you don't know, I can't say, because I do know, and I don't know if I'd be happier that way, but it just seems that if I didn't know some things, I might be a little happier. But that's also the thing, is that I wouldn't know other things. So it's that slippery slope, man, but it is completely and utterly worth it. I keep coming back to Men in Black too, man. But, is it worth it? Yeah, if you can handle it. That, I think, is the part I'm working on right now, is trying to handle it. And please, if there are any other people who think like that, let me know. Because it's, this has been driving me nuts for 52 years, and I'm just starting to figure out that it's not me. I mean, it is me, but it's also wonderful and amazing and hard. And I think I just, want to let people know that there are others out there. And it's not just musicians. It's, I see you guys out there that are like me, that think like me, that have both sides there. And I want to help, and I just don't know how. So if anybody wants to give me a little guidance, hit me up, man. And I'll see you then. Peace.